Stop this. It's too big.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our countdown of the top 5 original Netflix movies of 2024. 2023 was an incredible year for Netflix movies, with countless movies that kept us entertained and thinking. From heartfelt dramas to action-packed blockbusters, Netflix studios really outdid themselves. So grab some popcorn, get comfortable, and join me as we take a look back at 2024 and celebrate the very best that Netflix original movies had to offer. Let's get this countdown started.
I show them what true artistry looks like.
Number 5. Lift. Lift is a 2024 American heist comedy film directed by F. Gary Gray, name associated with popular heist films, and this time, the filmmaker sets the story in midair. The film stars Kevin Hart, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, Vincent D'Onofrio, Billy Magnussen, Jean Reno, and Sam Worthington. Get this, F. Gary Gray, the director known for slick heist flicks like The Italian Job, is at it again with a new Netflix movie called Lift. The premise sounds insane. And awesome. So get this, they've recruited this master thief, right? But wait, it gets better. His ex, who now works for the FBI, is the one who recruits him. I know, the drama. But she needs him for a job that seems completely impossible, to steal $500 million in gold from an airplane, while it's in mid-flight. Can you believe it? We're talking 40,000 feet in the air. I don't know how they plan to pull this off, but it already has crazy written all over it. Gray always delivers high-octane action too, so you just know the heist sequences are going to be off the charts. Color me intrigued. This looks like it could be one of Netflix's most entertaining movies of the year if it lives up to the premise.
Ready? Lift.
Number 4. One More Shot. One More Shot, also known as One Shot 2, is a 2024 British action thriller film, and a direct sequel to One Shot. The film was directed by James Nunn, and starring Scott Adkins, Michael J. White, Alexis Knapp, and Tom Berenger. So in the first film, One Shot, this group of Navy SEALs led by Jake Harris are sent to pick up this suspected terrorist Amin Mansur from a secret prison in Poland. They think he knows where a bomb has been planted in DC. But before they can extract him, these mercenaries attack the prison to take Mansur for themselves. We don't really know why though. Well, the sequel called One More Shot finally explains the backstory. Turns out this mercenary leader Hakim Sharif and Mansur have some past connection. Sharif needs Mansur for some secret plan of his own. Probably nothing good. So in One More Shot, it looks like Jake Harris and the SEALs aren't done with Sharif and his crew. They're gonna track them down to figure out what Sharif wants with Mansur. Expect lots more action and fighting, cause you know Scott Adkins movies never pull their punches. I'm excited to see Harris kick more butt and find out exactly what the deal is with these guys once and for all. Should be some non-stop action.
No air support, completely on our own.
Number 3. 60 Minutes. 60 Minutes is a 2024 German action-adventure drama movie, written and directed by Oliver Kienel, and it was released in January 2024. Starring Emilio Sacraia as the main character, alongside Dennis Mogen, Marie Morome, and Paul Wallin. Okay, so get this, Octavio is a MMA fighter dude who's got 1 hour to get to his daughter's birthday party. But if he doesn't make it in time, he could lose custody of her for good. Problem is, he had a big fight scheduled that day that he bailed on last minute, so he could try to make the party. Well, you can imagine all the shady promoters and gamblers who had bets riding on that fight weren't too happy about Octavio pulling a Houdini. Now as Octavio is racing against the clock to get to his little girl, these angry dudes have put a target on his back. They'll do whatever it takes to stop him from reaching that party on time. It turns into this crazy chase scene as Octavio hauls ass across the city, with all sorts of bad guys hot on his trail, trying to take him out. Dude is seriously pushing his limits to save his chance at being a father. It's a heart-pounding race against time, to see if Octavio can outrun both his demons and the people who don't want him to succeed. With his daughter on the line, this fighter is going for the hardest win of his life.
I'm the one and only Dominator.
Das ist hier Größe.
Das ist nicht mit ein paar Kämpfen, erledigt, Mann!
Number 2. Good Grief. Good Grief is a 2023 American comedy-drama film, written and directed by Dan Levy in his directorial film debut, and released in limited theaters on December 2023, followed by a streaming release by Netflix on January 2024. Starring Daniel Levy, Ruth Negga, Himesh Patel, David Bradley, and Luke Evans. So in the story, Mark is going through it. First he loses his mom, which really messed him up as a kid. Then as an adult, he marries this rich older dude Oliver to feel secure or something. But just when Mark thinks he's got life all figured out, Oliver suddenly kicks the bucket too. Mark is devastated. He's never really dealt with his mom dying, so now he's an absolute wreck. That's when his besties Sophie and Thomas stage an intervention. They're like, dude, you need to get away and clear your head. Next thing you know, the three of them are jetting off to Paris, but this trip isn't just your average vacation. Sophie and Thomas want Mark to actually face his grief over his mom and Oliver for once. While exploring the romantic streets of Paris, Mark starts to realize some hard truths about himself. Turns out avoiding your feelings doesn't work forever. Dude begins his journey to heal in this touching comedy drama from writer-director Levy, and their friend's trip might just save Mark from drowning in a sea of sadness.
Oliver met someone else. Such a meticulous person.
And finally number 1, Society of the Snow. Society of the Snow is a 2023 survival thriller film directed by J.A. Bayona, and it is an adaptation of Pablo Virsi's book of the same name, and it was released in the US on December 2023, before streaming on Netflix on January 2024. Man, talk about worst-case scenario. So this Uruguayan rugby team in 1972 is flying to Chile for a game. Their plane hits some crazy turbulence or something, and just plummets straight into the Andes Mountains. Only 16 dudes manage to survive the crash, can you believe it? And get this, they find themselves right on one of the largest glaciers in the Andes. We're talking about as inhospitable an environment as it gets. Extreme altitude, freezing temps, and zero resources. So these poor rugby guys are completely stranded. But they're fighters, you know. So they band together and do whatever it takes to stay alive. I'm talking some pretty desperate measures too. Building shelters with plain scraps, and searching for food. It becomes a day-to-day battle just to hold on. No one's even sure if a rescue party can find them in such an remote area. I mean, it's a straight-up thriller how they manage to keep it together under such dire circumstances. You won't believe some of the lengths they go to survive against all odds. If you saw and liked Against the Ice 2022, then you will definitely like this one. Thank you so much for joining me for this look back at the top Netflix movies of 2024. I hope you enjoyed this countdown and learned about some great films to add to your watch list. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel for more countdowns and movie reviews. Also hit the bell icon to get notified of new videos, and please like this video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment letting us know which movie was your favorite from this list. I hope to see you on the next video.